Hello everyone. If you have come across this video, for your information, this video and its continuation will be published in a series divided into sections. No one of Jewish or Christian faith, who will be mentioned in this series, has been criticized. People's religious beliefs, not targeting other people's right to life and freedoms. Our respect is endless. Likewise, Allah is the only one who created all of us. The subject in this series has risen in the world for the last 150 years, and the life and freedom of humanity itself. We will learn how a faith that was targeted and not closely related to Judaism, Christianity, and of course the understanding of Islam was born and how it evolved to today. I think it is the duty of every citizen to know this, because this cult of faith, which separates and tears us apart, is among us and is seriously strengthened. Even societies now adopt this form of belief. They tend to forget their own mother and religion and are under the influence of this schizophrenic belief. As you know, the minds and thoughts of us humans can be changed and coded over time. We somehow feel the existence of this belief that we can't call these people who do it today. With this series, we will begin to understand and see the mentality that supports directly or indirectly and even consciously and unconsciously. It is this belief that is involved in world politics today. It does not actually derive its power from money, that is, from companies and weapons, as is supposed. It actually draws its power from the people themselves, the style that the American deep state has been using for 100 years. This belief applies very successfully in life and on politicians. Aydın Altındağ, who was a very important researcher from Turkey at the time, in order to teach these structures to the peoples. Despite the fact that he worked hard and then his suspicious death triggered many researchers who fell on it in Turkey, unfortunately, Turkey entered into political politics after Ataturk's death. Irregularity, division of the people and various plans made in the field of food and health, from national education to the, so to speak, plans that even the devil would not think of, both in Turkey and in other countries, implemented in ways specific to its citizens. After the First Crusade, various esoteric sects of this perverted belief, which evolved and became schizophrenic, were formed, and unfortunately these sects were esoteric in the name. Although some of them were disclosed because it was in a construction, sufficient evidence could not naturally be found. Here in this series, we will follow the traces of where and when he was born in these esoteric sects. The Republic of Turkey has always stood by you beautiful people, these innocent people. Mainstream media are the only ones that make Turkey and other countries look bad to each other. The same study is being done in Turkey. And the American people, the European peoples are consciously portrayed as bad people in some media channels. We'll come back to this later. Please keep listening to me. Today, the Tavistock Institute, which is accepted as a respected institution in medicine, which takes its name from the Tavistock region of England, especially by psychologists. Today, we will take a look at the Tree Institute, which offers medical students in the USA and Canada the best career promise and wealth guarantee. Let's go back to the Assyrian and Babylonian occupation of Israel and the Jewish kingdom, and even before, where this belief first emerged. Without further ado, going to these dates traces the past. It will help us see today clearly. So, after so many exemplified introductions, let's go to the beginning of the story, which is based on concrete information that we can clearly see in the world. So what is this information? Christian today. It is the holy blood, which is extremely sacred and important for the world. The main subject of this video is a story that evangelical Christians believe very firmly. They attribute this holy blood to a woman whom Jesus married before he was crucified. Jesus had a daughter with this woman and was called Mary Magdalene to awaken some of the people who wanted Jesus to die. This known woman took the girl and fled to France via the ancient city of Ephesus in Izmir, which is in Turkey today. We will come here again. In the second part, the year is 2000 BC. Today, let's look at the story of Abraham, who is regarded as the first close ancestor of all Jews, and a lineage descended from his two sons, Ishmael and Isaac, down to this holy blood. Prophet Jacob, son of Isaac, had 12 sons and a daughter. Jacob had 4 wives. These 4 marriages must have been important for some Jews today to describe the cat as a superior pedigree. What is this? Let's see. Jacob's last 2 wives were actually servants of his first 2 wives. Bilhah was Rachel's maid, Zilpah was Lane's maid. Even the descendants of Isaac, whom we will now speak of. Jacob's grandmother, Sarah, was Abraham's wife, but Hagar's son Ishmael had no ties to Jewish ancestry, and in Hagar, just like the case with Jacob's last 2 wives, it is very meaningful to have a concubine. Why does this society, which constantly looks at the world from this point of view, claim superior ancestry and wants to dominate the world through lineage? We see one of the reasons here. Date circa 1590 BC. Joseph, son of Jacob, was only 30 years old when he became the second ruler after Akhenaten V, as it is known in Egypt. Joseph had 2 sons, Ephraim and Menashe. The first king of northern Israel, Jeroboam, was from the tribe of Ephraim, son of Joseph. We will come here again. As you know, the prophet Moses led the tribe of Israelites across the Red Sea to save them from the persecution of the Pharaoh of the time. Although this date cannot be given exactly, it is between the 14th and 13th centuries. Between them is certain. In other words, this event took place approximately 250 to 300 years after Yusuf. At least 2 generations have passed. Human nature, no matter what tribe or ethnic origin, is usually in treason. This is not unique to the Israelites, of course. Reasons from the Samaritans who betrayed Moses. Jews, in general, are divided into the world today as Sephardic and Ashkenazic races. Ashkenazim are found in America, Sephardi are generally found in Europe, Ukraine, Greece, and Turkey. After this exodus from Egypt, this tribe settled in the Canaan region we mentioned at the beginning, that is, in the north of the Palestine region of the time, around Jerusalem. Over time, it grew and became a confederation. 350 years after the death of Prophet Moses, this confederation became stronger and increased in number. Palestinians in 1000 BC. The fact that he started to get stronger pushed the Israelites to unite. A leader from Benjamin's tribe was chosen and the kingdom system officially started. This is Shaul, known in Islam as Talat, the first king of Israel. After Saul's campaigns to the surrounding areas, the kingdom was strengthened. After the brief leadership of Saul, Prophet David, who was chosen from the tribe of Judah, is now the new king of the Israelites. Oda was king in 970 BC and captured Jerusalem, and then his son. The prophet Solomon came and built the place known as the Temple of Solomon in Jerusalem, as you know. He ruled Solomon for 39 years, and after his death in 930, the kingdom of Israel was divided into 2. Divided into north and south, the kingdom is divided into the kingdom of Israel and the kingdom of Judah. From here, we came to the place where we said we would just come. In 900 BC, Rehoboam, a descendant of the prophet David, was elected king after David, but the tribe of Joseph's son, whom we have just mentioned, was especially important. They opposed this and chose their tribe, Jeroboam, as king. Buddha divided the Israelites in 2. This division created the northern Israel and southern Judah kingdoms, as we said. Although the other tribes in the region of the northern kingdom of Israel, the tribe of the prophet Yusuf, were rich and powerful compared to the south, the constant change of government caused internal conflicts in this. After 300 years passed in this way, the Assyrians, taking advantage of this opportunity, organized expeditions to the northern kingdom. In about 200 years they took over the northern Jewish kingdom. So these people, they are driving to areas very far from each other, and it would be 10 years before these people realized where they were. Of course, after that, Babylon took the place of Assyria, and second Nebuchadnezzar, he organized an expedition to the kingdom of Judah, and the people here went into exile. But Nebuchadnezzar exiled these people collectively, not by dividing them into small groups, as Assyria did. Here, the most historically important place of the whole series and our subject is actually right here, in this Babylonian exile. The fact that Babylon did not interfere with the religious beliefs of these captives gave birth to a belief and expectation among the Jews. A descendant of King David will come and establish the greater kingdom of Israel. Speeches as if Israel would return to its former glory again and proclaim the kingdom of God on earth. Clergy and people gathered and had such conversations among themselves. At the end of the video, I wrote many examples of written texts related to this. Those who are interested can read. It is believed that this expectation and this future messianic king will be descended from David. Accordingly, Hertz, Mary, 500 years from these days, Hertz. She gave birth to Jesus. Hertz. According to some, the lineage of Mary is Hertz. Moses' brother, Aaron, is descended from David, according to some. Born in Nazareth, Saint Jesus influenced people with many miracles. After all, these people, whose birth is interesting in itself, are difficult to understand, and they did not accept the person they expected and crucified them. They are still waiting for the Messiah today. In the next part of our video, Hertz, from Mary Magdalene, who Jesus married, aka Maria Magdalene's flight to France and the Merovingian dynasty, examining its ties with Islam and the events that developed later, how the papacy has evolved and supported this belief in the following sections, 1.2, and the events of the Third Crusades, and how this belief, which changed shape with different purposes and views in the next 1,000 years, turned into a perverted state, and how the famous Illuminati was actually somehow indirectly connected with the Vatican in the context of belief. How the schizophrenics, who emerged from the Rosicrucian order in the London Masonic Lodge, established the Illuminati. How the sect of Shaun gave birth to the occultism of Zionism. And how the evangelist Christians, which is the main target of this topic today, have this belief that these Jews dreamed of among themselves 1,500 years ago. Just Hertz, to hasten the coming of Jesus. It is this belief that has plunged the world into chaos. Not only does it target people's family life and social life, but also by consciously affecting their health and economic situation. Self-interest of the transition to the digital world. In line with this, the American people and the European people are trying to enslave these beautiful and innocent people even more, to start the Third World War. Hertz, Jesus. The idea of forcing God to the apocalypse to speed up his coming has officially gotten tougher in the last 24 years. In the continuation of the video, we will continue from where we left off through Maria Magdalena and the Merovingian dynasty. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and even criticize. I am Yakov Anactinus. Thank you for listening to me.